Hi there. Hopefully this won't be a very long video, but I have just had an amazing reading with a spread that I designed not that long ago. Well, maybe it'll end up being a bit of a long video, but I'm trying to speak very quietly because I don't have the microphone on right now, but I do plan to start making more videos, and when I do have the microphone on, I am really much too loud. Anyhow, I read my cards every single day, and quite often more than once. And I have been working on a very dark deck, the Tarot Obscuro, which I absolutely love, and I am completely rewriting making my own guidebook for it. But I've taken a little vacation from that for two reasons. Because I've come to the city to get my cats, which are being attacked by a poor little wild creature who looks so much like a cat I used to have that I can't even be angry at him, even though he bit Aura twice. Anyhow, I'm going to take them back to the forest and encourage my friend to feed that poor little fella, and hopefully she can tame him and take him over to her friend's house where there is, well, anyway, let's not go down there. Anyhow, I've been in the city. I've got a lot of work to do here on top of the cat situation, and but a really awesome thing was that they're not my final decks that are coming, but one of the most important ones came, and that will get a video of its own. But the other one that came was the Mystical Moments Oracle. Now, I already had the Mystical Moments Tarot, and I've bought, so this year for my birthday, well, even before my birthday, I just started buying a lot of decks. I discovered Tarot Tube and kind of lost my mind a little bit. But there were all kinds of things to do with tarot that I've been reading tarot cards for decades. But for a very long time, I only had one deck. I didn't see any need to have more than one, because there weren't really very many available anyway. And then I kind of did pick up a few more over the years. Like, I don't think I ever bought 2 decks in a year. And then I came across the Deviant Moon, which is my... Oh, I want to do the tarot tag so bad about the deck that, because the Deviant Moon is sort of the deck I would choose for it, like a secret between ourselves. Because the Deviant Moon was... Oh, well, let me show you what I'm listening to. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but I want to give credit where credit is due. This fella here. I have a bunch of singing bowls, which I often use. But look, his cat is sleeping there. There we are. I listen to this person hearing vibrations. Most often. I also secret soundscapes for darker decks, but for this guy, for all my beautiful decks, this is who I listen to. So I hope I'm doing this right to give him credit. I was worried that I don't have permission to play his music on this video, but I'm hoping he wouldn't mind. Anyway, precious moments, mystical moments. So these are new decks. I didn't, as I said, the Deviant Moon has been my go-to for a long, long time. And I love that deck. So I didn't really see a need for... And when I discovered Tarot Tube, I did have some Oracle decks. I already did have some Oracle decks, but I used them on their own. It never even occurred to me to combine them with Tarot. I thought it was kind of a totally different thing. So anyway, I now have quite a few Oracle decks, and I really, really love the Mystical Moments combination. They have given me, unfailingly given me, Wonderful, wonderful readings. Very, very pertinent to the questions. And some of the cards, like this one, this Page of Cups. This is possibly my all-time favorite Page of Cups card. I just think that is exquisite. And the artist of Mystical Moments, here's the tarot book, it's Carol Stein. Oh no, not Carol. Katrin? I'm going to go with Katrine Wells Stein. Katrine Wells Stein. And she started doing the digital collage when she was a young mother, and didn't expect it to go all that far, but then she made Christmas cards for her family and friends one time, and they so delighted the recipients that she decided to branch out and thank God she did, because my goodness, her tarot deck and the oracle, they work together, of course, just brilliantly, and I think they are exquisite. So I can see myself using this deck quite often. I'm going to definitely return to the Tarot Obscura. I didn't bring it because I really wanted to focus on the other deck that I'm not even going to talk about, because it was ferociously expensive but worth every penny, and it's another one that I'm going to have to write the guide for. So that's not a problem. I really enjoy adding meanings to decks. I do it all the time. I mean, I know the Rider-Waite-Smith deck forwards and backwards, and it would get a little tedious reading decks based on Pamela Coleman Smith's awesome concepts if I didn't expand upon that and give the deck its own voice. Or, well, I don't give the deck its own voice. Every deck has its own voice, but I really do love to hear what is unique about a deck, more so maybe even than what isn't, what is the same. Now that's important too. That's a really, the thing I love about tarot in general is what a marvelous framework it is of archetypes and experiences that are common to humanity and have been for such a long time. I mean, the tarot is just as relevant now. I often think, anyway, to get back to today's reading. So I'm not gonna. You don't have to read this. This is just sort of a. I usually do not document readings because, kind of like chaos magic and sigils, I think it's better to ponder the meanings of the cards while I'm reading them, and I linger over it. It's a really happy part of my day. But then I kind of don't want to consciously remember it. I want it to kind of sink into my unconscious, and I think that all that manifestation stuff, and I don't really know a whole lot about the popularization of that. It kind of sounds like that whole secret business, and I don't dismiss any of that, but I am like an Austin Osman Spare type of chaos, which I have a great respect for the unconscious. So in a general sort of way, I try to not remember every reading. But every now and then there's a reading that is actually extremely practical, and this is one of those. So I'll just quickly explicate the compass reading because it's a reading that I devised in order to use oracles with tarot. Because I really loved that idea, and that's thank you tarot too, because it never occurred to me to do it that way. So it's a compass, and so there's the heart of the matter is 0, and then there's north, south, as above, so below. And then there's east, west, as without, so within. And then you have the oracle crossroads. Now, you can lay these out any way you want, but they're in opposition to each other or in complement to each other. And unlike a crossroads, you know, having to choose a path, it's not really like that. It's sort of like it's kind of like a magic spell where maybe these things have to balance each other, but they all lead to the heart. And oh, this reading is so spectacular, and I'm not going to go into it because it was just so. But anyhow, I had to make this video to give full credit to Catherine Stein. Oh, let me show you the other one. This is the little book for the oracle. Catherine Stein. Catherine Stein. I guess that's as phonetically proper. Catherine Stein. Let's see if she's on YouTube, because I do use the books. I do the reading just my own understanding of it first, but then I always read the meanings specific to the deck, and very often do add stuff that's pertinent to my own interpretations. And I have a lavender and chamomile candle burning, and I have I'm extremely fond of these kinds of crystals with things in them. I have a lot of gemstones and natural crystals and stones as well, but they're mostly up in the forest. And so, thank you, Catherine Stein, for making these fantastic decks. They're prescient beyond belief. And this has been a reminder to myself when I watch this is stop watching things. The tarot tube is fascinating, but I'm actually getting a little, I don't know, bored and impatient with just watching stuff. And I have one of the huge things about this particular reading was the call to, not to put it bluntly, get up off my ass and do something. Get up off my behind and do something. And so, with that, I think that is what I shall do. Goodbye.